looking for knowledge, the secret to success. Growing in wisdom so you can pass your test. We're helping you to find the way every day to be your best. Wisdom and knowledge will lead you to success.
Hello, Chikondi. Hello, friends. Chico.
What? Hi, Louisa!
Hello there. I finally got your attention. What were you listening to?
Oh, I was listening to the Jungle Journal. They were talking about the locusts. Locusts everywhere. Wow!
Wow, I heard about that. Lots and lots of locusts.
Yeah, we are studying about them in school, too.
Wow, that's great. What have you learned so far?
Well, they can jump very, very high.
Mm-hmm.
And they travel in swarms.
Oh.
And they eat leafy green plants.
Yes, they are very unusual creatures with long legs for jumping.
Like me. Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
the reporter said that there were so many locusts that she could not see the ground.
Oh, wow, that is a lot of locusts.
Yeah, and they are eating up all the crops.
Oh, that is terrible.
Yeah, you know, I am happy. I haven't seen any real locusts around here anywhere.
Yes, me too.
I prefer to see them in my books, but not in real life.
The word is prefer.
Oh.
And that reminds me, we are going to see locusts in our story today.
Locusts in
Yes.
our story?
Yes.
Oh.
Lots of locusts and lots of other things. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can't wait.
The Hebrews were still slaves in Egypt, but God had seen them and sent his messenger Moses to Pharaoh to say, "Let my people go." When God saw that Pharaoh would not listen, he gave Moses more instructions.
Tomorrow, go to the edge of the Nile River, take your staff, and tell Pharaoh that because he refuses to obey me, I am going to show him that I am God. I will strike the waters of the Nile, and all the waters of Egypt will turn into blood.
Early the next morning, Pharaoh met Moses at the Nile. When Moses' staff struck the water, instantly the Nile, with all the rivers and ponds of Egypt, became blood. The fish died and stunk so bad that no one could drink the water. This was the first of 10 plagues God would send to Egypt. The magicians of Egypt also made water turn to blood by their secret arts. So Pharaoh's heart grew hard, and he refused to listen. 7 days later, God sent Moses again, and again Pharaoh refused. So God sent the second plague. An army of frogs covered the whole land of Egypt. They were in the houses, on the beds, in the ovens, and on the plates. Frogs were everywhere. The magicians were also able to bring up frogs through their secret arts, but they could not make them go away. This was a real problem. So Pharaoh begged Moses to pray that God would send the frogs away. The next morning, God did so. All the frogs died, but Pharaoh still did not let the Hebrews go. The next time, when Pharaoh refused, the Lord told Moses to strike the dust of the earth. When he did, the dust became lice throughout all the land of Egypt, on the people and animals.
'Wow! That is so cool!
Pharaoh begged Moses to pray that God would send the frogs away. The next time, when Pharaoh refused, the Lord told Moses to strike the dust of the earth. When he did, the dust became lice throughout all the land of Egypt, on the people and animals. The magicians tried to bring forth lice by their secret arts too. But this plague was too great for them.
This is the finger of God.
But Pharaoh's heart remained hard, and he did not listen. So next, the Lord sent a fourth plague on Egypt. This time, thick swarms of flies went throughout all the land. The flies filled the houses and covered the fields, overwhelming and harassing the people. But in Goshen, where God's people lived, there were no flies. God was making a difference between his people and Pharaoh's people. Pharaoh was desperate and called Moses and Aaron to negotiate.
Okay. I'll let you go worship your God, but don't go too far. Now, please talk to God about these flies.
I will ask God, as you requested, to remove the flies, but I'm warning you not to change your mind again. So God removed the flies. Not one remained, but still, Pharaoh was unfaithful to what he said and would not let the people go. So God sent a terrible disease upon all the cattle in Egypt, including the horses, the donkeys, the camels, the oxen, and the sheep. But God did not allow the disease to touch any of the animals belonging to his people. Next, God told Moses and Aaron to take handfuls of soot from a furnace and throw them into the air. When they did, the soot became fine dust over the whole land of Egypt, and all the people and animals in the land were now covered with painful boils. Even the magicians, they could no longer stand before Moses. Then God sent fire and ice. Moses went to warn Pharaoh. Because you still won't listen, tomorrow it will rain hail upon Egypt. Bring your servants and animals in where it is safe. Pharaoh ignored the warning, but his servants, who now feared the Lord, hurried to save their servants and animals, helping them take shelter. When the hailstorm came, everything and everyone that was left in the fields died. But in the land of Goshen, where the Hebrews lived, everyone remained safe. God continued to send Moses to warn Pharaoh, but after 7 plagues, he was still unwilling to listen. So God sent locusts into the land. There were so many that they covered the ground and devoured all that was left in the fields. Pharaoh's servants pleaded with him to let the people go.
Send Moses away. He's destroying all of Egypt. Let the Hebrews go so they may serve their God. We can't stand this anymore.
So Pharaoh called Moses.
Go already, serve your God, you and all the Hebrew men. But leave your women and your children here with me. They are mine.
No, everyone must go. Pharaoh was angry. He refused to negotiate any more with Moses. So the Lord said to Moses,
Extend your hand towards heaven, and I will send darkness over the land of Egypt, a darkness so thick that it can be felt.
So Moses raised his hand towards heaven, and a terrible darkness came over all the land of Egypt for 3 whole days. It was so dark the people could not see anyone or go anywhere. But in Goshen, the Hebrews had light. So Pharaoh negotiated again.
You win. You can all go, but leave your animals with me.
Not possible. Our animals must go with us too. When Pharaoh saw that he was not getting his way, he raised his voice.
Get out of my throne room and don't come back here again, or you will die.
Moses had done everything God asked him to do, but the people were still slaves in Egypt. Even after these 9 terrible plagues, Pharaoh had not let the people go.
Wow, there were a lot of locusts in that story. Oh, terrible.
Yes, all the plagues were terrible. They were all part of God's message to Pharaoh.
But I don't think Pharaoh was listening very well.
You are right. Pharaoh was not listening to God's messenger Moses.
Pharaoh, he didn't like God's message. So I guess God had to send all those frogs and flies and Lisa,
Yes.
I like surprises and I like frogs. But I would hate to have frogs in my bread.
Me too. What a terrible surprise that would be.
Ugh, and the poor cows got sick and died.
Yes, and don't forget the people who suffered skin boils.
Ouch!
Ouch.
I wouldn't like 3 days of darkness either. I just love the sunshine.
Me too. It is warm and happy.
But why?
Mm.
Why wouldn't Pharaoh listen even after all that suffering?
Well, his heart had become very hard.
Like a rock?
Yes, hard like a rock.
Oh, I hope my heart never gets that hard, Louisa. Oh.
Well, Chico, God can help you keep your heart soft if you will listen.
Oh, I want a soft heart. One that doesn't need terrible plagues to get my attention.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you a story of a young boy about your age.
Oh, really? A really true story?
Yes.
Oh.
One night, when this little boy was praying before bed,
Uh-huh.
he started crying.
Oh.
Big tears rolled down his cheeks.
Oh, no. What was the matter?
That's what his parents wanted to know.
Oh. Was he sick?
Nope,
Was he in pain?
I don't think so.
Oh. Did he have frogs in his bread?
No. What he told his parents
Uh-huh.
was, God showed me the path of my life, and there are big bumps in it.
Oh, no. Bumps?
Yes.
Like rocks?
Mm-hmm. And this little boy wanted to know how to get rid of them.
I would too.
Yes. So his parents prayed with him
Aw.
and then tucked him into bed.
Oh, did he have bad dreams?
No.
Oh.
In fact,
Huh?
guess what he told his mother the next morning?
Okay. Oh, I can't guess.
He said that God had told him that every time he would listen and obey, God would remove a bump from his path.
Wow. I think he was happy about that.
Absolutely. And this little boy learned to listen.
Well, I listen. Most of the time, anyway.
Listening to God, Chico, is very important. He can remove the rocks and the hardness from our hearts.
Oh, so when I listen, God can take away the parts that are hard in my heart.
Yes, and your heart will be soft and free to obey.
But if I don't listen, the rocks and the bumps will stay, and well, I will be like Pharaoh.
Well, anyone can become hard like Pharaoh if they don't listen over and over again.
Lisa, that is dangerous.
It is. Hardness happens over time when someone refuses to listen not just once, but many times.
Oh, I see. Like watering the plants on the porch?
Yes. Wait, the plants?
Yeah,
Oh, the potted plants.
yeah, those ones.
Yes.
I forgot to water Mom's plants last week.
Ooh.
And, well, the week before.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Did the soil get hard?
Yes, so very hard that when I water them, the water just sits there and doesn't go down into the dirt.
Yes, soil can become hard like a rock if it does not drink a little water often enough.
Just like my heart.
Jesus, guard my heart. I lift it up to you today. Jesus, touch my heart. Take away the stony part. I look up to you. You're the source of life and truth. Make my heart a place for you. Jesus, here's my heart. Keep it tender by your lift it up to you today.
What are you doing with all those Q-tips, my friend?
Oh, I'm digging out my ears. Wow, they feel better, Louisa. I want to make sure, that there's nothing stopping me from listening.
Well, God wants to help us listen and obey right away.
Maybe if Pharaoh had obeyed right away, the plagues would never have come.
Chikondi!
Exactly. But rather than agreeing with God, Pharaoh resisted God. Once, twice, 3 times.
Then 10 times, Lisa. I counted all 10 of them.
Chikondi! Chikondi, honey! Are you home?
Chikondi, do you hear your mother calling?
Oh, yeah. She calls my name over and over and over again sometimes. It's so annoying.
Chico, we're learning about listening.
Oh. But sometimes she gives me chores to do.
It doesn't matter. You must respond right away. Now, go on.
Okay.
Kids, this is important for all of us. We must respond quickly to our parents, teachers, and especially to our conscience. This is the first step to keep a heart soft and tender. Whoa.
Thanks, Lisa. Well, I'm back. Where were we?
I was saying that if we want to keep our ears awake and our hearts soft, we must respond quickly.
I think my little ears could use God's help if I get lazy.
You know, Chico, God opened Jesus' ears to hear every day.
Really? I want my ears open too.
Here. Isaiah 50, verse 4.
Oh.
Go ahead and read it so we can listen.
Okay. Morning by morning, he awakens. He awakens my ear to hear as those who are taught. That's what I need, Louisa. I need my ears to wake up and listen.
You know, we should ask God for help.
Okay.
Dear God,
Dear God,
please help me to always listen.
please help me to always listen.
Wake up my ears.
Wake up, my little ears.
Jesus, please remove the bumps and rocks
Jesus, please remove the bumps and rocks
and keep my heart soft.
and keep my heart soft.
I love you, God.
I love you, God.
Amen.
Amen. Friends, remember, God can take away the hard bumps in your life.
And give you a soft heart.
Yeah.
Because
You are God's marvelous creation. Oh no! What happened? Did power go out?
Well, maybe it's 3 days of darkness.
That's not funny, Louisa.
Oh, have you seen the flashlight?
How can I see the flashlight? It's dark in here. I can't see you. I can't see my hands. I don't see anything.
Chico,
Oh no!
it's going to be okay.
Jesus, guard my heart. I lift it up to you today. Jesus, touch my heart. Take away the stony part.